I'm going to do a quick playthrough. Hey, go in, Emmeline, go in there and take care of that, would you? Hey, yes, you did. My daughter thinks she's hilarious because she walked out of the bathroom as the 5-year-old with toilet paper stuck in her butt. Kids are weird. Why are children weird? I don't understand. Anyway, I only hopped on for a few minutes to play through this course that I was sculpting here to see if the guys have anything they want me to change. Hey, Emmeline, shh, be quiet, please. Take them out, put them in the toilet, pull your pants up. Okay. To see if there's anything they want me to change sculpting-wise on this thing. I will tell you, I haven't messed with perfecting the tee boxes yet. I figured Terry can make them look however he wants as long as their placement is, about where they are. He can do whatever he wants with that. I don't care. But I'm going to play through this one time, and I will link to Eric and Matt and Terry and see if they have anything that they want to change desperately here. You guys saw me do this the other day if anybody's watching, and if not, then great, because it's going to be boring, because I'm just going to do this one time and be done with it. I will explain a little bit so that the guys watching know what I'm doing here. I made it much more of a fantasy landscape. However, I have seen a few small islands in the UK that this could possibly be, but it doesn't really need to be anywhere. It can just be a fantasy island. That's totally fine. I guess it's not technically an island. It is joined a little bit to the land over to my left. That would have been fun. A little ace in a playthrough, even though this green is not done. I will tell you, Eric, there are a few greens that I have given you either a head start on. No, not right now.
I'm gonna give one
No,
to
you're
her.
not. Eleanor, look, Emmeline, look at my face. You're not going to do that. You're going to leave them right there. Go downstairs, please. Okay, then you go do that in your room, baby. I do like the way these first few holes look. My name is Dad. I'm not talking to Mom. I'm talking to other people online. Can you say hi, other people?
Hi, other people.
Say hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Say, Terry, you're a nerd.
No.
No? Okay.
I'm just too shy.
You're too shy? Yeah, I'll believe that. About 100 years. Anyway, I was saying, Eric, I've given you a head start on a few greens and kind of made a few greens in such a way that I think you're going to have to run with what I've got there and just change it up a little. This being one of them, I don't know that you want to massively rehaul this green as much as tweak it. But tweak it however you want. I do not care. Also, just because I've sculpted doesn't mean you guys can't, change what you need to change around greens, or Terry, when you're planting. If your planting requires changing the landscape, by all means, change the landscape. You will not hurt my feelings. Now, if you completely change the way I've made the holes play, then I might have to search you down and, I don't know, do something horrible to you? Make you carry on a conversation with my daughter Emmeline you just heard? You think it'll last 10 minutes? It will last 3 or 4 days, probably, minimum. Oh, go in the hole. Oh, dang it. Now I got to make a putt.
Piece of crap. I don't want to do any of this putting nonsense.
This green, Eric, you're going to have to flatten out, figure out how you want to blend into the landscape. I leave that to you. You do however you want. It really doesn't matter to me. I just made the front of the green play a certain way. No, Emmeline, I'll do it in a few minutes. You need to just be patient. I'm so happy you want to brush your teeth right now, but you need to understand that what you want does not dictate the rest of the world, okay? No, you may not. You guys get to hear me try to be kind to my daughter. It's quite enjoyable. What's up, Kess? This is the course that I've been sculpting for the damn guys. And I just was giving it one more playthrough since I finished the last few holes, at least mostly. And before I send it on to them and let them do what they want to do with it. Because I am not going to take full credit on this. All I did is Matt laid out a course, Eric did some macro sculpting and said, "Help, I broke it." Which he did. He did broke it. And he said, "Can you help me fix it?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do that." Hey, Emmeline, if you ask me about brushing your teeth again, then you're just going to go sit in that chair or you're going to go sit on the bed and do nothing. You got it? Please stop. Thank you. Well, this way they can see if they want to change anything on it or not. I'm hoping they don't want too many changes because I like most of what I got on here. This hole they wanted to leave a hero shot across the well, it wasn't water at first. It was a whole mess of bunkers, but I'm like, we've got water and we've got cliffs. Why would we not use those? I don't understand. I mean, sand is great and all, but it's not water or cliffs. Hit it in the sand, it's just like, oh crap, I have to get on the beach. You hit it in the water or cliff, and you know, your pants end up looking like my avatars here. Multiple shades of brown. I like the way this one turned out. There will be planting on this. Terry is doing it. No, you can put that back in the bathroom and go downstairs for a minute. Or go in your room. This second shot is so much better than it was initially. And if you guys wish to make fun of my parenting skills, feel free. I will simply ignore you and call you names. Well, that wasn't right at all. It doesn't matter. Eric's doing these greens, so these greens have had pretty much nothing done to them other than some flattening and some general slopes just to mesh with the rest of the course. This hole was a pain in the butt to get right. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, hey, it turned out. Hooray.
Hooray! We've done it!
We have won. And Eric, I said this on the last stream, but you're going to need to work some magic on this green in order to make this hole work. This green is going to need to be pretty awesome. I'll just put it that way. Because the hole is not difficult in any way, and there really wasn't anything I could do to make it harder than what it is right now, while still maintaining the idea behind the hole. Matt, I did move this bunker out a little bit more and shape it to where it hides that back edge of the green a little more. So I did what I said I was thinking about doing. I'm guessing the clubhouse is going to be back behind here, either up on that cliff or over to the right. Terry will decide that with his master plan, which he has not made yet because he hasn't seen this and has no idea what he's doing. Not on this course, just in general, in life. He has no idea what he's doing. But it applies to this course too. So see, there's that. And I think I fixed this tee shot for the most part. I think it looks mostly how I want now. See if we can mind the gap here, especially if when you plant this. These two holes could be pretty cool if you get it right. And you can change the lighting however you want to, obviously. Yeah, those cliffs turned out kind of cool. They don't look great from every angle simply because of the lighting, but it is what it is. These next few holes, though, I really like how the sculpting turned out on them. I'm going to have to maybe do a little tweaking, but I think I'm probably going to leave it and tell Terry when he plants it to tweak the sculpting to match what he wants to plant. Yeah, see, from this angle, those cliffs don't look that great, but if I smooth them out any more than what they are, it doesn't look right from 9, and I'm more concerned about what they look like from 9 than I am here. The answer is yes, because I don't spend as much time doing this anymore just because I don't have time. That's why I dropped out of contests and stuff. I can't. I don't have the time to give proper attention to other things in life if I spend it on here. So I quit. This hole was weird to sculpt. Look at the layout of this hole. And it's got that big runoff over to the left, but it goes uphill, so I had to figure out a way to make that work. So Eric's going to have to do some work on this green as well. I kind of think it would be cool to have it kind of bump up right there and put a little ridge that goes across the green and pushes it both directions, but I'm not sure what he wants to do. But I tried to make this area at least interesting. It's a fun second shot regardless. And that's too much. Yes, honey. They're supposed to go in the book, baby. The book you have in your hand.
Oh, did it go on it?
Yeah, you pick a page and you put the sticker wherever you think it looks fun.
Oh, I want to put one here.
Go ahead. Go sit down and do it, babe. She's very excited because she's going to kindergarten roundup tomorrow. So she is going to meet new friends and maybe have a new teacher. This hole turned out so nice. I love this hole. I brought the cliff edge way in here and made it kind of play over a little saddle. But the drive on this hole is just breathtaking to me anyway. If you disagree, then you guys can just shut up and let me have this. Just let me have this, would you please? Also, and I said this in the last stream, but I just want to make sure in case the guys watch it who are doing this, I probably will bump this up a little bit more here in a few minutes, but it's almost like a Redan, and then I dropped this bunker back and made it deep so that it actually angles kind of the opposite way of how it should based on the landscape. What, Emmeline? I don't know. I think it's just a page to help hold in the sticker page, okay? All right, good girl. That's a crappy chip, and I don't care. Well, it's not necessarily a sticker book. It's a Fancy Nancy book, but then in the back there are stickers that you can add to the book. And she's like, "Oh, this is great." Not like she hasn't done 1,000 of these before, but whatever. Yes, you have. I like the way this hole turned out too. I mean, this over here is kind of messy, but I'm okay leaving this one messy. I think it works. And then the way this hole lays out, again, I kind of angled things almost the opposite of the way you normally would, but it's kind of roller coastery a little bit. But it's actually safe almost anywhere you want to drive it. So it looks roly-poly, but it's safe pretty much anywhere. I don't know where you got that book, baby. I really don't. And then the second shot is just, you know, take out your big stick, whatever the biggest one you have is, and pick a safe zone here. I like the way that bumps up there. Honestly, from here, I can probably carry it all the way there. Should be able to anyway. Ooh, maybe. Close. But anyway, I really like the way 12 and 13 turned out. So Matt, good job on those holes. Eric, thanks for letting me sculpt them because they were fun. 13 was kind of a pain to figure out, but I think it turned out pretty cool. Oh, it curled in. What do you know? Ah, the next hole. The lighting on this hole made it very difficult to try and figure something out. But again, we've got some rolling going on here simply because that was the only, I don't know, it was the only way to make the hole more interesting. And then also I changed the sloping where the green is and took the bunkers. There were bunkers like way up here close and on a side slope, and I moved them out a little bit just to make them more visually intimidating than anything. But again, this green you're going to have to do a little work with to make it really shine. Because like this green and maybe 11, but for sure 8, they feel like they're a little big. But I wouldn't shrink them. I just get really aggressive on the sculpting on them. 15 is cool. 15 had a bunch of little bunkers around it and that. And what I kind of did is not totally, but punch bowled it in a little bit and let it kind of just drop off the back edge there with no bunkers. I tried putting in a couple little bunkers. Honestly, I think it plays better without any. That's my take anyway. But you guys can look at this one, and if you think it needs a change, you know, either change it or tell me and I'll change it. I don't care. And if anybody on the stream has any opinions, by all means share them. I got a miss. I mean, it's kind of just it looks like a boring little hole, but I think if you punch bowl this green in nicely, it will not be nearly as unexciting as it first appears. This hole was also a pain because it was just a flat curve. I mean, look at this. It was just a flat curve with a drivable green. And I'm like, why would we do a flat curve with a drivable green? So I modified the bunkers up here a little bit. They're not super clean, but the way they are on a slope, you really can't make them super clean. But the sculpting down here I thought was kind of enjoyable and fun because you can try and bite off some of this if you want to. You just have to be careful and play the right side of the hill, because if you play the wrong side of the hill, you can go over into the rough or all the way into the bunker actually. This green too, I did some primary work too, but I think it needs to come off this hill, have another ridge over there, and then go off the back a little bit, like slope back. You can put stickers wherever you want in that book, honey. It is Fancy Nancy, you are correct. This next hole was just covered in bunkers and stuff, and I think it turned out really cool. There was water down in this depression to the right, and I took the water out and instead just kind of let this hole shine on its own. And I tell you what, from the tee, it is a very intimidating, very cool hole. I like this hole a lot. So you guys can yell at me all you want on this one. I am going to ignore you because I think it turned out to be quite cool with a drop off on the back, going down into the crater, the little lake. What, honey? Oh, it did it? I also, the heavy-handed sculpting that's on the green a little bit, I do like, Eric, so you do what you want, but I think that what's there is stuff that you can use and then tweak as opposed to just totally destroying. But if you want to destroy it, that's certainly fine. The 18th was also kind of a difficult hole to find a fun line on. Emmeline, would you please wait a minute? It initially was higher up here, and there were multiple bunkers here, and then I don't know, it just didn't drop very nicely, and so I kind of made it straight downhill. You could raise it up a little more, but then it blocks the second shot off. and you really don't want to block the second shot here at all. Like even where I am now, I'm going to be blocked because I had a slow swing. But before, you couldn't even see the green from up here. Is there a way? Yeah, I'm going to rewind that and do that one more time because the drive should carry a little further or a little further right. I'm sorry, left. I modified the bunkers on the left. I didn't get rid of them, but I did change them a little bit. Oh, and that's too far left now. But it does give you more of a sense of the view that you're going to want to have coming back down. Let me see if I can get this right this time. Oh, I also, Matt, just so you can see, I made this, the rough come over into the fairway a little bit more here. It didn't quite fit into the land right, the way it was. It made it almost a little too easy. So I made it appear to be pinched in more than it is. And then this second shot is much more enjoyable to me anyway. I raised this up a little bit simply to make the second shot play a little longer, but also to make this slope down into the water have a little more teeth. And Eric, whatever you do with this green, there's a big green to work with, so I would get just as crazy as you want to get. Probably not that crazy, but again, I haven't really messed with it at all, so you do what you want with it. But anyway, that's the major sculpting work is done, I think, on all the holes. Tee boxes need to be flattened, greens are going to be done, and then Terry can plant it. But I think the plot on the hole has kind of the look that I was trying to pull off for you guys. You're never really going to see back here, so don't worry about the land coming into play. It really doesn't matter because you're not ever going to see back there. Anyway, any thoughts from the peanut gallery here? Who's even in here? Yeah, Kessler's in here, Energizer, Commander Banana Man, Banana. I like that. Your username is like the beginning of the Batman song. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to get done. I got to get two young ones to bed, but I'm going to save this so that Eric and Terry and those yokels can look at it. I did not add any pins, anything like that. But if you want any of the holes to play a little longer, that's totally fine. A little shorter, that's totally fine. I moved a couple of tees, but not many, because I didn't want to mess with it too much. I actually am going to do one thing. No. My daughter is now doing Batman quite well. I'm going to bump this just a titch. Just a titch. Yes, I have turned into a 70-year-old woman just all of a sudden. Let me go get my needles and crochet something for you.
Just a titch.
What does that do? Yeah, that's better. That's better. That gives it a little more three-dimensional right to left. It forces your eyes to, yeah, it forces you to think you have to play further to the right when you really don't. It also gives you a nice kick down so that you can play to the screen a little better again. But depending on how Terry plants this, it could be pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to send this course to Eric and let him give it a play, see what he thinks. And Matt, I will send you a link to this video so that you can mock it mercilessly, and it will be great fun. Thank you.